Hey guys, Magnus Robert here, bringing you another review for another content update in Tapped Out. So this is for the new mini update that we got just after the Black History month update. So obviously they left a few days of that after that finished, and then they gave us this yesterday. I was kind of busy yesterday, so I didn't get a chance to get around to it. But I'm here today. So this is a no books given, and I find this update, like just the concept of it as a whole and where it's placed in the time of the year, a bit odd. Because this would scream to me as a Valentine's Day update. And I'm not trying to say that this is a belated Valentine's Day update, but it does feel like it would have fit Valentine's Day way better. Now, obviously, Valentine's Day was ages ago, so it's a bit, it's obviously not. I was expecting something St. Patrick's Day. I was hoping that we would have just got some belated St. Patrick's Day stuff, but we didn't, and I don't know, it's a bit disappointing to be honest, because it's the second year in a row now that Tapped Out's just completely forgot about one of its biggest annual holidays that it used to celebrate every year. And I find it a little bit sad that we don't have a St. Patrick's Day update anymore. That being said, I think this update is okay. I'll get into reviewing it properly at the end, but in terms of the structure, I mean, it's fine because it's obviously it all bases around the episode in season 17. I think it is. I think it's the 17th season. It's based around this episode, and of course includes these two characters and includes the majority of the buildings that we get in this update. So yeah, I think it's fine in terms of structure. In terms of the actual quest line, I mean, look, it's very by the books in terms of the episode. I think it's fine. I don't hate it, but it's nothing special, I don't think, and it's very kind of, you know, a by the books kind of episode translation, if you get what I mean. Like it feels like it plays off the episode a lot. Is my point. Oops, sorry. Here we have the structure, which as you can see here is a simple mini event structure. So I'll just go through the prizes with you guys. So of course, you start off with the Isotope Stadium, then is the Marriage Counseling, then it's Couch World, and then it's the Mitchell Mansion, and then finally is Book Mitchell. So you get 4 buildings and 1 character, which I would say it's a pretty cool quest line. I mean, that a pretty cool prize track even. You know, great prizes. Characters, so let's talk about the updates characters. So we got 2 characters, of course, and that being the 2 characters of the episode that this update is based on, Book Mitchell and Tabitha Vix. Of course, Book Mitchell is the final prize that you unlock in the prize track, and Tabitha Vix is the premium character. Now, I think these characters are both kind of like meh, to be honest. I mean, I can't say they're bad because it's based off the episode, so their inclusion, of course, makes sense. But I think it's partially just the actual characters themselves. Now, I think Tabitha is my least favourite out of the 2. I'd say Book Mitchell is probably the best. You know, he has voice. He has. I would say his animations are slightly a bit better. I would argue. Although Tabitha Vix has a pretty cool animation. So yeah, and I think he has the better questline too, although it's not much better than Tabitha Vix's one. But yeah. Then we come on to the buildings and 1 decoration. So, I want to discuss these because I'm fine with all of them apart from 1, I guess, and actually no, kind of 2, I guess. So, of course, we have the Springfield Isotope Stadium, or it's just called the Isotope Stadium. I absolutely love this building. My God, it's cool. It's the best stadium we have in the game because it's not difficult to decorate. I find the other stadiums we have are a little weird. It's just the size of them and like the way the entrance is. I find it very difficult to decorate them. This Isotope Stadium though is gorgeous. It's beautiful. I actually think it's probably my favourite building of the year so far. It's a really cool building and I cannot wait to decorate it and make it look cool. The Marriage Counseling, it's a kind of meh building, I would say. It's not very interesting. It's probably my main point. It's just kind of bland. That being said, I don't think it's a terrible building. It's just kind of meh, really. Yeah, it's just a bit bland. Then we have Couch World. Now, I love this building. I think it looks cool as hell. But if anyone doesn't realise, this is from a gag, an opening gag, a couch gag, if you will. And this is where the kind of monster couches start to come, I'm pretty sure. I'm actually not sure if that... Actually, no, it might be a different one. But my point being is that this is the only building in this update that isn't actually in the episode. It's the only thing, actually, which isn't from the episode. So, obviously, its placement is a bit weird. I thought its tie-in was fine, so I don't hate it entirely, but it has to be said that, obviously, its tie-in with the episode isn't all there. It is just taken in. But that being said, I think the building looks cool as hell, too. It's actually a really awesome-looking building. So, I'm not too bothered by it at all, really. And then we have the Mitchell Mansion. I like this one. It looks really cool. It's a bit weird with the whole kind of pool at the back, I think. But I don't think it's going to be difficult to decorate. It does look very similar, though, to other buildings we've got. So, I think it's the Summer Mansion or the Krusty's Mansion. One of the two. Either the Mafia's Summer Mansion, the Fat Tony's Summer Mansion, or it's Krusty's Mansion. I forget which one, but it looks very similar to that. One of them, anyway. So that is, something to point out. But I don't know. I think it looks different enough with the pool and everything. So it's kind of stands on its own building. And then we have the this stage here, which is our only decoration, which is the Tabitha Vix stage. So this, of course, comes with Tabitha Vix. I would say this is the only thing I dislike, like properly dislike in the update. Mainly because I hate these corner stages. I really do. And the way it looks in the game just looks odd to me. It just doesn't look right. Granted, it has it includes a cool animation with Tabitha Vix. So I give it some leeway, but I don't know. I just don't like these corner stages. I'm really sick of them, to be honest. They are up there with the crowds, in my opinion. They're just not great. So yeah, one bad thing, I guess. So yeah, not too bad. So let's get on to the final unlock, the final image of the update, and we'll discuss it as a whole. So yeah, this update has some good things, and it has some bad things, I would say. Now, my biggest kind of praise for this building, if you will, is buildings. Wow, some really great buildings. The Isotopes building, Couch World, probably my two favourite, although I know the Couch World placement is a little odd, but regardless, I think it's a cool ass building. Then Mitchell Mansion and Marriage Counselling. I have to say Mitchell Mansion's better than Marriage Counselling. Marriage Counselling is the only air building, but I mean, for a mini event, I don't expect many buildings. I have said in the past that from a mini event, I want at least 2 buildings. And I think this update has given us 2 really good buildings and 2 other buildings. So I think in terms of buildings, it gets a big tick. In terms of characters, now, I think this is probably where I feel like compared to other updates, this one may fall short. And maybe you guys love these characters. I just personally, I think they're a little two-dimensional, a little generic is my only kind of complaint. Plus, they're not like exactly staples in The Simpsons, and I know that I don't like to do this and compare, but sometimes you have to, unfortunately. Like, when you compare, like, it's hard to compare, like, an update that gives you Maggie, for example, to an update that gives you, like, a 1-episode character. Obviously, it's difficult, because Maggie is just the superior character. And in terms of these characters, I mean, they're not bad, they're just kind of meh, is my main complaint, I guess. I like I said, I don't hate the update. I think the update is good. I just think it's very by the books, kind of a little bit generic. And I think in terms of the story, it's not really my cup of tea, and I think that would be why I kind of am not so not so warm to the update. It's definitely fine. I don't have a complaint about it. I just think comparing it to other updates that we're probably going to get this year, like comparing it to the update we got, the mini event we got in the first, I don't know actually. You know, out of the 2 mini events we got this year, I don't really particularly think any of them are great. So, who knows? Maybe this one will fare well. I will say that I think that this update is better than the previous mini update, the Holidays of Future Past, or whatever it was called, the one that we got at the start of the year with the future Homer and Marge and Bart's kids. Yeah, I would say this update's better than that, just because the buildings are great. We've got 2 great buildings. Characters are probably these. I don't know. Maybe I'd probably prefer Jiff and Skippy to these 2, but I think these 2 are better than the Marge and Homer characters, the future Marge and Homer characters. So who knows? But yeah, that's my opinions on the update. Tell me your guys' thoughts. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how I feel about it. I can't. I'm trying to find a word to really describe this update, but so far I'm just going with but that's more a sound than a word. But who knows? Maybe I will warm up to it in a few days. But I don't know. My first impressions are kind of mixed, I guess. But I do think this update has to be praised for its buildings, because that is definitely a really great aspect. And that Isotope Stadium is, it's really good. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Tell me your thoughts, and I'll see you next one. Goodbye.